What's up, everyone? September has been absolutely stacked with mobile game releases, and you know I had to test as many as possible to find the real gems. After hours of gameplay, I put together a countdown of the 15 best new mobile games for Android and iOS that you can actually sink your time into. Let's start at number 15 and work our way down to the top pick.
Number 15. Let's kick things off with Hitman World of Assassination. Honestly, I still can't believe this runs on mobile. It's the full stealth sandbox trilogy on iOS, and it plays just like the PC and console versions. You're sneaking through crowded areas, putting on disguises, and lining up those accidental kills that Hitman is famous for. Every mission feels deep and replayable, though you'll need a powerful iPhone or iPad to run it properly. The only catch is that it's iOS only for now, but if you've got the device for it, this is hands down one of the slickest stealth experiences on mobile.
Number 14. Next up is Deadkind, which absolutely blew me away when I learned it's made by just one developer. It's a gritty survival game that feels straight out of PC. The world is harsh, resources are scarce, and you really have to plan every move instead of just sprinting around looting. The visuals create a tense, realistic atmosphere, though the game does have the occasional bug since updates take time. Even so, the foundation is so solid that survival fans will want to keep this one on their radar. Number 13. Destiny Rising finally dropped. And wow, this one's a time sink in the best way. It's a co-op looter shooter where you and your squad clear dungeons, grind for loot, and tackle tough bosses together. The gear grind and teamwork make it incredibly addictive, especially if you've got friends to run dungeons with. It's the kind of game you can play for hours without realizing it. And honestly, it's one of the best new multiplayer experiences on mobile right now. Number 12. If you've been craving that GTA-style chaos on your phone, Grand Criminal Online has you covered. There's car theft, shootouts, missions, and an open world to mess around in. The environments are surprisingly detailed for a free-to-play game, and there's more content than you'd expect. The controls do get a little clunky, especially during firefights, but overall, it really captures that open-world crime vibe better than almost anything else on mobile.
Number 11. Super Drift and Crashes is pure arcade-style fun. The driving mechanics feel slick, drifting around corners is satisfying, and the crashes are ridiculously over the top. In a good way. The visuals are clean, the sense of speed is spot on, and you don't have to deal with the grind that bogs down a lot of racing games. Sure, it doesn't have as much content as bigger racing titles, but when a game is this fun to just pick up and play, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just want to drift, smash, and laugh. And that's exactly what this game delivers.
Number 10. Moving on to World War Legion. Think Combat Master, but dropped into a gritty World War II setting. The fast-paced gunplay, customizable loadouts, and non-stop action are all there, but the W2 theme makes it feel fresh. The weapons sound authentic, and the war-torn maps nail the atmosphere. If you want a familiar shooter with just enough of a twist to keep it interesting, this one's worth downloading. Number 9. Horror fans, Nightmares Within is your jam. It mixes first-person horror with survival shooting, and unlike a lot of throwaway horror shooters, it actually has a story to follow. The atmosphere is dark, the enemies are creepy, and the pacing keeps you hooked. The shooting isn't revolutionary, but it gets the job done. If you like your scares mixed with some structure and narrative, this is definitely one to check out. Number 8. Then there's the Face horror game, which at first feels like a parody, an anime-style protagonist dropped into a horror world. But the more you play, the more it works. The sound design is unsettling, the environments are creepy, and the jump scares come out of nowhere. It's not the scariest game you'll play, but it's unique and weird in the best way. Perfect if you want something different in the horror space. Number 7. Way of the Hunter Wild America takes things slow. You're tracking animals in massive open landscapes, studying their patterns, and lining up that perfect shot. It's less about fast action and more about patience and immersion. There's even a try and buy option, so you can see if the slower pace is your thing before committing. The visuals are realistic for mobile, and the animal AI feels surprisingly believable. Not for everyone, but if you're into hunting sims, this is a great pick. Number 6. Time for some stylish action. This Blazblue-inspired platformer is a side-scroller with slick combos, fluid movement, and plenty of characters to try. The controls are tight, the art style pops with vibrant colors, and the animations are super smooth. It's fast, flashy, and honestly feels like it belongs on console. If you want a platformer that doesn't feel watered down on mobile, give this one a shot. Number 5. Fighting game fans, Fight Legends is basically For Honor for your phone. It's all about one-on-one duels where timing and strategy matter more than button mashing. Blocking, dodging, waiting for the perfect strike, it all feels heavy and deliberate. The character models look great, the animations are fluid, and the battles are intense. If you want raw, skill-based multiplayer fights, this is one of the most satisfying picks on the list. Number 4. For a more relaxed vibe, Capital D Growl drops you into a bike and lets you explore a city inspired by Brazil. The open-world riding feels smooth, and the city design is detailed enough to make just cruising around enjoyable. The big issue? There's not much to actually do yet. Missions are limited, and it needs more bikes and content to keep people hooked long-term. Still, the foundation is there, and it's already fun if you just want to ride. Number 3. Liinal Xstrike. Looks like just another offline shooter at first, but then it surprises you. You can switch between first-person and third-person on the fly. The shooting feels responsive, the maps are solid, but the enemy AI isn't the smartest, and the graphics could use some polish. If the devs keep updating though, this could turn into something much bigger down the road. Number 2. Rematch. From streets to stars. Dreamed of going pro in football? This game lets you live out that fantasy. You start as a kid chasing the sport and climb the ranks, making choices that shape your career. The gameplay itself isn't perfect. The animations can be stiff and the controls a little unresponsive, but the progression system and story keep it engaging. If you've ever wanted to experience the grind from street games to stadiums, this one scratches that itch. Number 1. And finally, we've got Ungodly. This RPG instantly feels like it belongs on console, with heavy cinematic combat clearly inspired by God of War. The dark fantasy world looks stunning, and the ambition behind this project is obvious. It's not out everywhere just yet, and how they handle monetization will be the deciding factor. But from what I've played, this has the potential to become one of those rare RPGs you stick with for months. If you're hyped for this one, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because I'll be covering updates and more insane mobile games just like this every single month.